sit back and relax and let things come to you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dina Danielle and today I am talking about feminine energy. I've seen a lot of videos on the topic on YouTube, and when I first started watching them I felt like they were such a turnoff because I wasn't really in my feminine energy. It took me a while to understand what that really meant and how to sit with that. And I think now still, even to this day, I can't really say when I'm necessarily in my feminine energy, but I can say when I'm out of it. And I think feeling out of your feminine energy is when you're operating too much into the masculine. Obviously we need a balance of both, right? Like we all have jobs, most of us anyways. If you're just a regular person in the world, yeah, you gotta have a job to support yourself usually. So that's more like operating in your masculine and doing more. And I feel like being in your feminine is really sitting back and relaxing and letting things come to you. I like to think of feminine energy as the moon and masculine energy as the sun. So with the sun, you have this kind of like fiery heat, even like with the colors, you have red, orange, yellow, like these bright, vibrant colors, and the sun is always burning. And then the moon is more cool, like blues, grays, darker, just a more relaxed state. At night, you know, you're relaxing, you're resting. So as long as you're not a night owl staying up all night. So now that we kind of understand the difference, I don't think that you always need to be in your feminine energy. There are definitely times in life that require your masculine energy, like I said, at work, you know, when you're doing home renovation projects. Even driving, I think, especially in Los Angeles with all the traffic, requires more of a masculine energy, but you do want to be able to access both and have that balance. I think it becomes problematic in your life when you're operating too much into the masculine or even too much into the feminine. You do need that balance. So I think working with and radiating feminine energy, you need to understand both and how you can access both, and when you feel like you're in your feminine and when you feel like you're in your masculine, and when you want to project those different energies out into the world. And by knowing yourself and knowing those different energies, then you can act within one or the other state, and you're more likely to get what you want out of life. So radiating feminine energy is really thinking about almost like your gravitational pull. Like, how can you manifest things? How can you bring things to you? How can you be in like an auspicious place during an auspicious time and not have to put so much action forward? So I think feminine energy and manifestation have a lot that are intertwined, I should say. Radiating feminine energy in different scenarios when it comes to dating, I think is important because you're not going to expend a lot of emotional energy when you're just meeting someone or you're just starting a relationship. Like if you're in your feminine energy, you can kind of sit back, relax, watch how things unfold, watch this person show you who they are, and then you decide whether or not you want to let that into your life or whether or not they're a good match for the life that you have already created for yourself. I think a lot of times operating in the feminine energy requires us to do unlearning, especially if you're living in a Western culture where so much is required of you constantly. Like, you're supposed to be good in your career, you're supposed to be good at home, you're supposed to be able to take care of yourself and everyone around you, especially as a woman. So it means kind of unlearning certain things, and you don't always need to be operating at this high productive level. Like, you need to take breaks, you need to take rest. That's so important. And operating in your feminine energy is really like coming back to self, doing creative projects, resting, reading, not just constantly doing. I think if you're a restless person, this can be especially hard. And I think part of the reason that I had such issue with people talking about feminine energy and being in your feminine was like, no, I've been taught to work really hard. I've been taught to, go after the career, climb the ladder, go to college, like after that, do the career, climb the ladder, and then just like follow this American dream that we're all told we should want. And a lot of that is really just like production and like being super active and being everywhere at all times. And it took a lot of unlearning for me personally to be like, no, I can rest, I can relax, and I can be more in my feminine energy. When it comes to manifesting, I can do a separate video on that because I did learn a lot about that growing up. I can even dive more into my upbringing. If you guys are interested, it's a pretty like unusual upbringing that I don't think a lot of people have had. There's this song by a male rapper who I think he lives in Florida somewhere, maybe Tampa. I follow him online, and I feel like this song perfectly expresses being in your feminine energy. I don't think I can put it here because it's probably copyrighted, but I will read you the lyrics. Okay, found it. It is, she don't chase, wow. She don't chase, she attracts. She don't beg, she fall back. Give you one chance, then adios. And then he repeats it in different ways throughout the song. She don't chase, she attracts. She don't beg, she fall back. And she don't stress what she can't control. So I think that's just like a perfect example of being in your feminine. Whatever is outside of your control, you just let go, you relax, what is supposed to come to you will come to you. The things that are in your life are meant to be there, and you're not like chasing, you're not trying to be within this high productivity level or like producing constantly 24/7. Like I said, you really need that balance. There are times when you need to just fucking go for it, but being in your feminine and radiating that feminine energy is more of like a relaxing, letting go, calming energy. I think being in your feminine energy, also radiating that feminine energy, is allowing people to do things for you. You don't, as a hyper independent person, which is actually a trauma response to, whatever trauma you've experienced, that you can't rely on other people, you can't trust them to do the right thing or get things done. So you're like, oh, you have this mentality, I need to just do it myself. That's hyper independence. And so being in your feminine energy is more of like allowing other people to help you, allowing other people to do things for you, allowing other people to like cook for you or clean for you, or, just help you in different ways. And I think it's also gratitude, because when you're grateful, you're in a relaxed state. So I think there are certain ways that you can access feminine energy and kind of get into that. And that can be, practicing gratitude. It can be writing, it can be reading, it can be like lighting a candle, taking a bath, like some of the self-care things that people often do to relax and get into like a more calm state and access a more calm state of being. And you'll be able to like project and radiate feminine energy more. So I hope this video really helped you guys understand the difference between masculine and feminine energy, what tools you can use to get into more of a feminine energy state, and what you can do to radiate that, to bring positivity into your life and manifest what you want to manifest. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.